Hi everybody, it's Laura. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. Today I have a layout that I made using the November 2024 My Creative Scrapbook Limited Edition kit. This is a Christmas layout, as you can see, and the featured collection of that month's kit was the Simple Stories Simple Vintage Yuletide collection. So I already did a lot of work, as you could see, before I started the video. I used one of the My Creative Scrapbook cut files, and I backed it with the pattern papers from the collection. And while the majority of the paper is from the kit, I also added some touches of gold paper. I used a little bit of an old Christmas card. The gold paper on that card had a cool texture. And then I also used a couple of scraps of gold foil paper from my stash. So now I'm adding a little bit of something to the background. It doesn't make a huge impact, but I love adding all these little touches. I think they all add a little something to the layout. So I'm using two different colors of Distress Oxide. I'm using lumberjack plaid. That's the color that's on top, the little bit darker color. And then crackling campfire is the more orangey color on the bottom. And I'm combining those two colors and adding the stars through the stencil. The stencil was included with the kit, just to, like I said, add a little bit of interest to the red background. And then the big Santa, that's part of the pattern paper. So the cut file takes up a good part of the page, and then my picture does as well. But I wanted to add a couple of embellishments to the layout. So I'm taking some strips of paper, with the striped red paper being a little bit longer than the green paper, and I'm cutting fishtails in all four sides of the two papers, and I'm going to use that as a little cluster underneath the cut file. I have a few other embellishments I thought I might add to this layout on my mat. I use most of them, I don't use all of them, and then I also add some others in. I wanted to add some more interest to my photo by putting some layers behind it. I start off with this piece of brown paper that is cut just a little bit bigger than the white mat that my photo is mounted on. And then I use these two other pieces of pattern paper. I'm going to offset those a little, one slightly to the right, one slightly to the left, and then that way there'll be a little bit of something going on behind the photo that'll make it stand out a little bit more. So you can see I'm conserving paper by cutting L's out of the rectangles. That way I still have some piece of that paper if I want to use it somewhere else on the layout or on another layout. And then in the case of the piece of paper with the holly branches on it, I thought that I would cut a piece from the center, and then that way you'd be able to see it both on the top and on the bottom, and I guess on the side of the photo. And then as I'm adding each of these layers to my photo, I'm inking the edges with Distress ink in Vintage Photo. And then once I had the papers layered together, I was thinking I needed something a little bit more. And I had this piece of green paper that kind of like a solid. It's not totally solid, but it looks like a solid. And I was thinking that this would go along well with the layers because I have a lot of patterns there, and this is a little bit different. It would stand out. And so I decided to put just a little bit on the top and a little bit on the bottom, and that finishes off the layers behind my photo. And this is a photo of both of my daughters on Christmas Eve. And I think I've scrapbooked this photo before, and I've mentioned in the past, so sorry if you've heard this before, but I make two sets of albums, one for my older daughter Danielle and one for my younger daughter Julia. So I don't always scrap the exact same photos, but if it's a nice photo of both of them, I will include it in both of their albums. So I went ahead and I added some Distress ink to all of those embellishments. And then I used a felt tip pen and I changed all of the hooves on this reindeer to black hooves. I don't remember why I did that. Probably knowing me, it was to cover something up, but I didn't end up using the reindeer on the layout anyway. So now I have my pattern paper, I have my cut file, I have my layered photo, and then I'm going to start tucking these embellishments onto the layout. I generally like to cut the cut files on a very large scale, and I also really love to stitch on my cut files. So I don't know if you can really see it, but I use gold thread to stitch all around the Christmas trees and then also all around the inside of all of the letters. And it's a little tricky, I find, to work with gold thread or metallic thread. It's a little stiff and it doesn't pull through the holes as easily as embroidery thread does. So it's not my favorite to use, but I did want to use it on this cut file. I thought a touch of gold on it would make the layout look better. So I layered together those 2 strips of paper that I cut the fishtails in. And then I also added a sentiment that says ho, 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 and that's going to be my little cluster underneath the cut file. And then at the top of the page, I added a sentiment that says it's the merriest season of all. So I was thinking that I was happy with all of these elements so far. So I am ready to attach them down. I put lots and lots of ATG adhesive on the back of the cut file. And because they're stitching, it really adds another challenge in getting that cut file to stick to the page. I don't like to use wet glue at this point because I very regularly move cut files around. I might pick a spot and then once I add my photo, I might think, oh, maybe I should move it up or down or to either side. So I like to use the ATG adhesive, but it's a little challenging, especially when I stitch on the cut files to get it to stick to the page. So of course the part that did stick to the page was the word merry, and there's no stitching on that. So that had no trouble sticking. And then I had a little bit of a struggle to get the photo tucked behind it, but it wasn't too hard. And then I tried that reindeer in a couple of places, and I finally decided that I wasn't going to include it on this page. The stars at the tops of the trees on the cut file are rather big, so that gave me some opportunities to do some layering. So I added some chipboard stars. I added 1 to each of the 3 stars at the tops of the trees. I added a sentiment to the top of the photo that says be bright, and then I added another little sentiment to the left of the Christmas trees that says Christmas magic. Now I'm adding some photo corners to my layout. I decided to use some red pattern paper. I thought it would be nice to bring the red color into the photo cluster since I have so many different layers of pattern paper in there, but not too much red. So I punched them out using my EK Success scalloped photo corner punch, and then I inked the edges and I attached them down in all 4 corners. And because of the cut file, you can't see the photo corners on the bottom corners very well, but unless the corners are totally covered up and you wouldn't be able to see any of the photo corner, I put them there anyway, just for that little bit that shows. So now I'm adding a white border all around the outside. I find when I have cut files, it looks really nice to have a white border. It kind of brings the cut file and the rest of the layout together. So I trimmed down the whole background paper about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit less on all 4 sides. And then I attached the paper down to this piece of white cardstock. So sometimes I find that in the process of gluing many pieces of little paper onto a cut file, it can sometimes get a little grungy, which is unfortunate, and I really don't like the way that that looks. So what I'll often do, if there's something more than just one little smudge, I'll cut another cut file and I'll put some glue on top of the original cut file and I will just layer that new fresh one down over the older one. Sometimes I use some Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White to smudges, but if there are a lot of them or it starts to just look grungy and yucky, I'll just try doing this, and I find this works really well. And since I started doing this, I have been saving my cut files in the size that I cut them out, because I'll usually just increase the size until I like it and then cut it out, and then I won't necessarily save the cut file the size that I made it, but it is important to do that if you want to cut out a second one. And I guess if you don't resize the cut file, this isn't an issue, but I have found that it's almost impossible to get a new cut file to match the size of the old cut file just by kind of trying to figure it out. I've tried to do that. It's much better to save the original file. Oh, anyway, now I'm going to start embellishing the trees. So I started off with the tree on the left and I added some gold colored rhinestones, those faceted jewels that are self-adhesive. And then after I added a few of those, I decided that I would add some strips of self-adhesive pearls. And I really like the way these look on this particular cut file. These are strips of 3mm pearls. I get these from the Eyelet Outlet. These are from my stash. And I cover the Christmas trees with them. I cover the outer edge, I cover the stars, the trunks, and then some of the inner lines, but not all of them. And I use these a lot, especially on Christmas layouts, but I use them on other layouts too. And I find they stick best when putting them in straight lines. If I am going to put them on a curve, then I'll use a little bit of glossy accents to hold them in place, but all of these lines are straight lines, so I didn't need to do that for this layout. And I find I also use some glossy accents to attach down small pieces, just as a little added insurance in case they should fall off, but those long strips are usually okay. I didn't just want to have all of my embellishments on the cut file, so I thought I would add just a couple of other little jewels to some of the other embellishments on the page. So I put some little red rhinestones on the Be Bright piece of chipboard over the photo. I put one on the Christmas Magic sentiment, and then two very small ones on the Ho 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 banner at the bottom of the page. And I forgot about this part, and perhaps I was going a little overboard, but I decided to put some pearls on that oval embellishment at the top of the page. So for these pearls, I did use some glossy accents to reinforce them, because I find that when I first put them down, if I'm putting them on a curve or an oval or a circle of any kind, that they will stick, and then later on they will lift off the page. And so I've learned my lesson about that, so now I will put the glossy accents on before I call the layout done. And sorry, I'm talking so much about glossy accents and pearls on a curve. And it's weird how I seem to be adding those pearls piecemeal. I'll add a little of the pearls, and then I'll do something else on the page, and then I'll add a few more and do another thing. But I think I've completed adding those strips of pearls at this point. And now I'm adding a couple of those same rhinestones in golds that I use on that first tree on the left on my photo corners. I didn't put them on the bottom because I didn't want to make the cut file bumpy, and you wouldn't have seen them anyway because the cut file covers the spot that they would have been in if I added them to the photo corners. I hope that makes sense. There was a red jewel on the star of the center tree. I decided to remove that, and then I replaced that with a gold pearl, and then I decided to add those gold pearls to all three of the trees. So for the tree on the left, I put the gold pearls in some of the circles in the cut file. You can see there's little circles on that first tree, and I haven't done that yet, but I'll do it soon. There are also some that have the rhinestones in them. And then for the center tree, I put the gold pearls in a couple of different sizes on the right-hand side of the tree. I didn't put any on the left-hand side of the tree. The two sides look different from each other, so I decided to just put them in kind of that open area on the right. And then for the tree all the way on the right, I added some small pearls in lines going across the tree, following the lines of the cut file. And then this is where I add the gold pearls to that smallest tree. And then I was thinking it would look nice to have a pearl at the top of the page on the bow that's on the top of the embellishment there. I started off with a smaller pearl and then decided that a slightly larger one would look a little bit nicer. So now I have some fussy cut holly leaves. I'm inking the edges of all of them, once again with the Distress ink in Vintage Photo, and I'm going to tuck those around in a couple of different places. They go really well with the leaves that are already on the layout, going around the top of Santa's hat, and also the embellishment that's in the center of the page. So I thought that tucking a few more of them in a few other spots would be a nice addition. So I tucked them all around the cut file. I also tucked some on the top of the sentiment that says Ho Ho Ho. And then I also combined a couple of them to embellish the Be Bright sentiment that's over the photo. So those holly leaves are the very last touch, and the layout is complete. And here are a couple of close-ups. And I think that in the close-ups, you can see that gold stitching a little bit better, and you can kind of decide if that's something you might want to add to one of your cut files. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed watching it. I appreciate each and every view, and I always hope that you found something useful in my videos. I also want to say a special thank you to those of you who are consistently leaving me comments and really lifting my spirits and making this channel worthwhile for me. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.